It's pipes, drums, and it's May 6th, 2025, and we're really pleased to be with Jack Lee. Jack is a frequent guest and writer and contributor to Pipes Drums, and we really wanted to connect with Jack to talk about his bagpipe music library and achieving over 11,000 tunes now in the library. So, Jack, thanks very much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Good to talk to you, Andrew.
Yeah, you bet. And it was only 18 months ago. I mean, we'd look back and we talked to you in the same kind of situation where you'd reach 9,000 tunes in bagpipe music, the library. And now you're up to 11,400, I believe is the
Yeah,
amount.
11,000 tunes and 400 pibrochs.
Well, that's incredible. So that's we figured that out. So over that time, that must have been an average of 3 tunes every day that you've been
Um,
recording and transcribing and adding to the library. How on earth do you find the time to get so much done?
well, I don't know. I mean, busy people do get things done in the world, as you know. And I'm busy like many people, but I've always enjoyed playing. I love to play. And when I get a little window in the day, it's not uncommon for me to get the pipes out and rattle through a few tunes. And then when I think the pipes are going well, I'll turn on the recorder and lay down a few more recordings. So it just kind of goes in bursts, whenever I have time and the enthusiasm to do it. So yeah, I just been recording a couple thousand per year or whatever.
And it's just right off the page. Are you usually, a one take kind of thing?
Okay, that's a good question. It always depends. Firstly, on Pbrock, it's never one take. Each of the Pbrocks are, I'm very excited about all the Pbrocks on my to-do list, and it takes time for me to write them up in Bagpipe Music Writer. So I'm studying that, and then study the tune and think about it, and take a couple cracks at that. I find that the slower things like slow airs, 3/4s and 4/4s, and these sort of things are usually one take, and marches and stress bass and reels often in one take. But the hard stuff, the hornpipes and jigs, are not one take. It sounds better if I practice them a little bit. So I have a bit of a routine. I'll warm up with some hard tunes to become more familiar with them before I hit the record button and record them. So it just goes in waves, and I usually try to finish off with one or two pbrocks per session if I can do it.
Amazing, amazing. And so you must, believe in the adage. You kind of referred to it, if you want something done, you give it to a busy person. Is that, do you think that's
Well,
true?
it is true. I think it's true in the world, and just people I've known in my life, in and around the band, for example. If we need something done, you don't give it to someone with tons of time on their hands. You give it to someone who's really a going concern, and they'll get it done. So I'm busy like a lot of people, but it's a happy busy.
So it's almost a release when you record, when you knock off 3 or 4 tunes in a day.
Well, it is, and I feel really good about it. And some of the tunes, I'm very excited about. Some of the tunes I'm playing, for example, I think last time I was speaking to you, I many of the early years I went through the standard books in the piping library, the Scots Guards and Ross books and all that. And then I really enjoyed recording through the modern composers, Michael Gray, Bob Worrell, Bruce Gandy, Bill Livingston. Just great. I've really enjoyed all of them. Well, a couple of years ago, I came across the music of Stuart Sampson. I just thought that was fantastic. I'm very excited about playing his material. And this past year, Karen McCrindle Warren, I came across her Pbrocks, and I just could not believe how good they were. Each one of them tells a story to me. So it's sometimes I finish recording these Pbrocks, and I'm thinking, oh darn, I wish I had more time to go back and play those again. And I'm hoping to at some point do more of that. But there still are quite a few tunes that I'm actively working on. So I'm enthusiastic about doing it, and I'm very enthusiastic about the next ones that are coming.
Yeah, amazing that one can play the instrument for so long that and still discover some uncovered gems or covered gems.
Very much
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
And
that's
I've also been thinking, we're both Canadians, or I'm a Canadian for sure, and you're living in Canada, proudly,
I'm Canadian. Yeah.
probably dual citizen.
Yes.
Our country's under threat, as you know, and it's not a good time for that. And our prime minister is trying to hold down the fort for us. So I was thinking that the Canadians have actually made a pretty darn strong contribution here. Some of the names I mentioned before, and Alex Gandy, for example, and some of the composers that you don't maybe wouldn't be aware of so much as Sean Summers, Ian McDonald, Anne Gray. These folks contributed some great material to the piping world. So I've very much enjoyed recording their material and getting it out there as well.
Fantastic. And the busyness factor, we have it on good authority that your father was extremely busy. He was a get it done type of person. Do you think your attitude about getting things done was inherited?
Probably, although people in my family would probably all point at me as the guy who should probably slow down a bit. But I'm just not wired that way. I fortunately don't need a whole lot of sleep usually. And when I get up in the morning, I'm usually very excited about what's coming up in the day, and it always involves some form of making pipes, bags, or teaching pipes, and hopefully a bit of recording. So, yeah, my parents were very much very active people as well, and my grandparents for sure.
And that's not surprising at all. But okay, so 11,400 in P-Works included. Um, how many tunes, how many compositions do you think are out there written specifically for the Highland Pipes?
Well, that's a great question, and I'm in a pretty good position to answer it as best I can. The number is about 25,000, I believe. Um, and I know that because I have close to that on my computer already in bagpipe meter form. But I've recorded 20,000 already, and they're just in the various stages of going up on the website. I have to edit them and get permissions and check all that part out too. So I've recorded 20. I think there are 25,000 out there that people have left us. And I've never used the word all. I don't think I won't get them all done. I will get most of them done. And pipers in the future, if they want to tap into that resource, it'll be there for them.
That's astonishing. You're like Prince with tunes in the vault, I guess, and you bring them out
No,
as you
but
can. Um, but you must come across tunes that not so great. Do you think it's still important to
I
get those
actually
down?
do. I might
Yeah.
be in the minority here, but I just think when people make a contribution to the world of music, it is important. And it may not be my preference, my personal taste, but it's still important. And I've tried my best to just record them as well as I can and have them out there for people to enjoy. So I've come across many tunes that I wouldn't choose to play, but I still record them and put them in the library at bagpipemusic.com just so that they are there. I think they're important.
Well, that's just such a fantastic attitude to have. It's Jack, you're a real inspiration for pipers everywhere. You continue to be on many levels, not just your fantastic playing that continues on into your 60s and your competition records, but this contribution to piping is just it's indescribable. So
Thank you
thank you
very
very
much.
much.
My pleasure. Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah. That's Jack Lee, bagpipemusic.com. The library is now at 11,400. There are 20,000 tunes in the bank. So more to come from Jack Lee. Stay tuned.